Professor Mills. In an interview ahead of the first anniversary of the death of Professor Mills, President Mahama called on Ghanaians to rise above unnecessary politicking for real development to take place.
My first question is about you taking over from a man who stood for a lot of things. He was highly religious, he had a great sense of humor, he was an anti-corruption campaigner. How are you handling expectations from your own people? Do you get the impression that you are being measured by standards of Professor Mills?
Well, I worked with Professor Mills, and indeed we worked as a team. And I think that team work is what matters in any government. A president cannot achieve everything alone. He needs a team to work with to be able to achieve, what is expected of him. And so in the same way, I expect that the team that we have chosen, together with the larger majority of Ghanaians, would come together for us to be able to achieve that vision. I don't live under a cloud that I'm being measured by anybody. We have a mandate to deliver. And I believe that for all our predecessors or my predecessors who have come before, there's something to take from everybody in terms of governing this nation and making Ghana the great nation that we all want it to be.
It's been a year since the death of the late president. Has President Mahama had a closure yet? And is he delivering the Better Ghana agenda to the late president's satisfaction?
One gift that God gave us is the ability with time, to forget the pain of the passing away of a loved one in much the sense of the way it was, and you remember the attributes of the person, and you use that to move forward. Professor Mills' death came as a shock, but then we also had to remind ourselves that we had a nation to govern, an election to run, a new government to form, and the aspirations of Ghanaians to satisfy. And so we're taking the attributes he taught us, and I have testified that probably one of the most important period of my political experience was serving under Professor Jonathan Mills as his vice president. And I believe that the attributes that he had in terms of ensuring that Ghana is a country whose opportunities were opened up to all our people, and that the very deep partisan divide that exists between our people is abridged, and that we move together in unity as one country, and that one showed extreme political tolerance even in the face of vilification and insults. I think that those are attributes that we should carry forward. The people of Ghana entrust a mandate in your hands, and they expect you to do the business of making their lives better. You can't be distracted by insults and vilification. You must just keep your head on the ground and focus and continue to deliver on what their expectations are. And so yes, closure must happen at some point, but we must take forward the attribute and the positive values that one left us, which is what I'm doing. Since the inauguration, we have had challenges, but I believe that the government is on top of those challenges, and we are doing our best to make sure that we are able to overcome those challenges. I must say that in the period from January, we've been doing a lot of the groundwork that enables us to deliver on our promises. And so even though the nation has been distracted by the court case that has been in front of the Supreme Court, government has been working quietly to put the foundation in place for the various projects and other issues that we went into a contract with Ghanaians to be able to deliver on them. And so work is well advanced, and I'm sure that very soon people would see the extent of the work we've been doing in the energy sector. We are guaranteeing that enough generation is put in place to ensure that we don't go through the kind of critical load shedding that we went through. In the area of the transport sector, we are working to refurbish the airports. We already have some financing to refurbish Kotoka Airport. We've started work on Kumasi Airport, and we're finalizing some resources for Tamale Airport. We're also looking at the other regional airports that we promised. With regards to the schools project, the task force has been working. We have the designs and costing ready, and we're ready to move with that. With the road sector, there are several roads that we've identified, critical roads on which work is going to start. The Nkrumah interchange is ready to go. The Tema motorway is in an advanced stage to start work on. So there's a lot that has been happening in this period, and very soon Ghanaians are going to see, a delivery on the mandate that we were given.
What's your fondest memory of Professor Mills?
My fondest memory of Professor Mills, he had such a great sense of humor, and he had a strong faith, that no matter the challenges, he will overcome adversity. And so I think I've taken that from him. I believe that, yes, nobody said governance will be easy and that you'll come and everybody will be patting you on the back. But you need to focus and persevere. And if you have the kind of faith Professor Mills had, that no matter the challenges, you will overcome, then you are able to ride the storm. And I believe I've inherited that from him. I believe positively that we're going to override the storm and that this country is going to be held up, as an example to all our peers.
When Professor Mills passed away last year, President Mahama's wife, Lordina, lost a great confidant. He recalls one time when the First Lady sought consolation from President Mills following a deluge of verbal attacks on her husband.
The advice Prof gave her on that occasion is still prevailing. She had gone to Prof and, complained. And Prof was her very good companion. Anytime she was disturbed or had any turbulence, she will make an appointment and go see him, sit in his office and do chat for quite a while. And then she goes back home quite relieved. And so on this occasion, she had gone complaining. And she said that, they were insulting her husband and what and what. And Prof said that, where are you seeing all that? She says, it's on the internet and in the newspapers and on the radio. So Prof asked her and says, do you listen to radio? She said, yes. And you go on the internet. When he said Infante, it's quite interesting. I'm just saying it in English. So, and you go on the internet, she said, yes. And he said, no, don't go on the internet. Don't listen to the radios. Don't. And then he asked her, DSTV, and she said, yes. Ghana, Africa Magica, also yes. I will shake Africa Magic. He said she should watch Africa Magic, But they had that bond. She's gotten involved in the work that she does. She's thrown herself more into the philanthropic work she does, and I think that is keeping her going.
All right, so that was President John Mahama's fondest memories of the late President, Professor John Evans Atta Mills. For more on that very exclusive